A very good evening to all of you. And we are again for another session on assertion reason-based questions for class 12 chemistry. And today we are going to discuss alcohols, phenols, and ethers. This is We on One Mark Solution, and I am Manisha Sharma, and the video link is right in front of you. Let us begin without wasting much of the time. And the first assertion statement that I have in front of me is phenols are more acidic than aliphatic alcohols. Now, yes, we know that phenols are highly acidic. So I would say that this statement is absolutely correct. And the reason that it defines is the phenoside ion is more resonance stabilized than alkoxide ion. Now, let me, tell you this through the structure. If I have this OH, it undergoes the loss of H plus. What is acidity? It is basically the loss of hydrogen ion. So once the hydrogen ion is lost, the phenoxide is formed. Suppose you have ROH, it undergoes the loss and you get RO minus and H plus is lost. So this is alkoxide, this is phenoxide. Since phenoxide is undergoing resonance, it is resonance stabilized. So we say that yes, it is stable and we believe that phenols are more acidic in nature. And that's why assertion and reason both are true and reason is a correct explanation of assertion as well. Second statement that we have is tertiary alcohols gets converted into an alkene instead of a carbonyl compounds in the presence of heated metallic copper. Now, tertiary compounds, I'll just write the structure for you. Tertiary alcohols look like this. And when you treat them with copper, they undergo reduction. Once they undergo reduction, because they do not have any hydrogen to be lost, है ना? Because OH तो निकलेगा, अब OH के साथ एक हाइड्रोजन भी तो चाहिए, वो हमारे पास है नहीं, तो वो कहाँ से आएगा? वो किसी भी एक एल्काइल ग्रुप से ले लेगा. जब वो किसी भी एक एल्काइल ग्रुप से हाइड्रोजन ले लेगा, तो वो क्या बन जाएगा? तो वो बन जाएगा एक एल्कीन, बिकॉज उसके पास और कुछ ऑप्शन है ही नहीं. सो assertion here is definitely true. There is no doubt about it. Let's go by the reason. Tertiary alcohols prefer to undergo dehydrogenation instead of dehydration in the presence of heated copper. So tertiary alcohols they prefer dehydration only. If you see वहां से एक OH भी निकला और एक हाइड्रोजन भी निकला है, तो जब हाइड्रोजन और OH दोनों निकलेगा तो डिहाइड्रेशन होगा ना. डिहाइड्रोजनेशन कैसे होगा? तो डिहाइड्रोजनेशन नहीं हो रहा है, इसीलिए रीजन यहाँ पर आपका फॉल्स है और असर्जन आपका यहाँ पर ट्रू है. Third statement that we have is ethers are non-polar when they are symmetrical, and reason is ethers have a bent structure. So when we talk about the polarity of ethers, it is somewhere like this. So यहाँ पर क्या हो रहा है? यहाँ से भी आपका डाइपोल कैरेक्टर है, यहाँ से भी आपका डाइपोल कैरेक्टर है. ऑक्सीजन के पास लोन पेयर ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन्स आ रहे हैं, तो ओवरऑल आपके डाइपोल पोलैरिटी जो है वो एक साइड पर है. सो एक साइड पर होने की वजह से आपका असर्शन यहाँ पर फॉल्स हो जाता है क्योंकि पोलैरिटी तो है. एंड ethers have a bent structure, so reason आपका ट्रू है. So here we will go with the D option. Next, we have fourth statement as N-butanol. N-butanol is a simple butanol, CH3, CH2, CH2OH, and you have CH3COH, propane to all because it's saying. So this is the one. So this is 2-methyl propane to all, right? So that's the structure. Now, N-butanol has a higher boiling point because I just explained you with that example, no? When you start heating it from one end, so यहाँ से यहाँ तक पहुँचने में it will take a lot of time, right? So N-butanol has higher boiling point here. Branching increases the strength of van der Waals forces. So that is a wrong statement because branching से वो increase नहीं होता है, वो decrease हो जाता है. So assertion is true, but reason is false here. Fifth statement that we have is it is not possible to prepare anisole from chlorobenzene through Williamson synthesis. Now, Williamson synthesis is a simple RX plus RONA thing, and you get ROR here, and you have NAX being formed. Now, the reason is the CCl bond in chlorobenzene shows partial double bond character due to resonance. So there is resonance happening, and assertion here is true. Reason here is true, and this completely, explaining that also. Because chlorobenzene में जो character है, there is resonance happening. Since the resonance is happening, the breakage of bond is not feasible. The breakage of bond is not feasible, so automatically that cleavage that we are talking about here, जो हम ये RX वाला cleavage की बात कर रहे हैं, या हम इस cleavage की बात कर रहे हैं, इस cleavage की बात कर रहे हैं, so that is not feasible. So 5 का answer A है. Next statement that we have is nitrophenol has lower pKa value than phenol. Now pKa is nothing but the minus logarithm of the acid dissociation constant. So here nitrophenol is low because of nitrogen group present. Oxygen hai, phenol mein O hai, which is highly electronegative. So acidity in phenol is higher in comparison to nitrophenol. The electron withdrawing nature of nitro group further stabilizes the phenoxide form. That is also correct. So assertion is also true, reason is also true, and they are very well explaining each other as well. Seventh statement that we have is anisole reacts with HI to give phenol and chloromethane. And here anisole is your benzene, which is OCH3. It reacts with HI, so kind of, Williamson synthesis, and it says that it will then give you OH and it will give you HI के साथ कर रहा है तो क्लोरोमीथेन तो नहीं आएगा, आइडोमीथेन आएगा. So वो आप इग्नोर कर सकते हैं. We could have mentioned here as क्लोरो की जगह it could have been halomethane here. That is also correct क्योंकि हम randomly HI के साथ ही रिएक्शन करते हैं या फिर आप इसको HX भी कर सकते थे. So point ये है कि रिएक्शन में आपको ये प्रोडक्ट मिलेगा या नहीं मिलेगा, तो ये प्रोडक्ट आपको मिलेगा. You will get phenol formation. So assertion here is true. The OCH3 group in anisole enriches because again OCH3 में जो ये ऑक्सीजन है इसके पास लोन पेयर ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन्स हैं और ये लोन पेयर ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन्स ही डीलोकलाइज करवाएंगे और इसको रेजोनेंस स्टेबलाइज करवाएंगे. So assertion is true, reason is true, but they are not explaining each other. Why? Because Williamson synthesis की जब हम बात करते हैं तो यहाँ पर हम कंपाउंड फॉर्मेशन में हम प्राइमरी, सेकेंडरी और टर्शरी को कंपेयर करते हैं. तो बेंजीन जो है वो आपका रेजोनेंस स्टेबलाइज होने की वजह से रिएक्शन देगा या नहीं देगा वो एक मैटर है. सो यहाँ पर एनरिच नहीं कर रहा है वो, उसको प्रोवाइड कर रहा है, इलेक्ट्रॉन्स आ रहे हैं बट फैसिलिटेट नहीं हो रहे हैं. Next statement that we have is it is not possible to purify alcohol beyond 95% purity by simple distillation. That's absolutely correct. The intermolecular hydrogen bond in alcohol increases the boiling point of 95% alcohol. That is wrong. Why? Alcohols have got very huge amount of hydrogen bonds. And when they have such huge hydrogen bonds there, तो वहां पर बॉइलिंग पॉइंट जो है वो इंक्रीज बॉन्डिंग से नहीं होगा क्योंकि जब तक बॉन्ड्स डिस्टर्ब नहीं होंगे तब तक वो चीज बॉइल ऑफ नहीं करेगी. सो बॉइल ऑफ कराने के लिए आपको बॉन्ड्स ब्रेक या बॉन्ड्स में चेंजेस लाने जरूरी हैं. सो assertion here is true but reason here is false. Next statement that we have is ethanol can be distinguished from methanol using iodoform test. So ethanol and methanol, if you see ethanol has got CH3 CH2OH and methanol is CH3OH. So iodoform test हम कर सकते हैं because methyl ketone formation जिसकी हम बात करते हैं वो होना चाहिए. And ethanol has a methyl group attached to a carbon containing hydroxyl groups. So इसका ये मतलब है. मैं आपको ethanol का स्ट्रक्चर अगर बना के दिखाऊं तो CH3 CH2OH. So ये कह रहा है कि हाइड्रोक्सिल ग्रुप के साथ जो कार्बन अटैच्ड है उसके साथ एक मिथाइल ग्रुप है. तो जब आप इसका रिडक्शन करेंगे तो रिडक्शन हो जाएगा एंड ऑटोमेटिकली दिस विल कन्वर्ट इटसेल्फ टू कीटोन, है ना, या कार्बोक्सिलिक एसिड. सो कार्बोनाइल फॉर्मेशन विल हैपन, कार्बोनाइल वहां पर आ जाएगा. So assertion here is true, reason here is true, and they are very well explaining each other as well. 10th is methanol is called wood spirit, and methanol can be prepared by the destructive distillation. That is absolutely correct. Methanol को हम wood spirit ही बोलते हैं और वो distillation के थ्रू ही बनाया जाता है because methanol is highly volatile. तो उसको हम किसी और प्रोसेस से करेंगे तो हमारा अल्कोहल टेस्ट हो सकता है. So we make it undergo distillation and that's how the reaction happens. So assertion is true, reason is true, and reason is the correct explanation of assertion as well. Now, all the videos here are lined up and the links are shared with you. This is me signing off for today. That's all from this chapter. Please do watch the channel and subscribe and see more videos there.